Hi there, fellow human being. Before I actually finished CS50X, and started development on my first app idea, I used to think that intelligence and capability were fixed things that you could not really affect or change. But right now, I stand corrected. You can actually change your intelligence or capability if you set yourself through the right challenging loops. And in this video, I'm here to talk about those challenging loops as well as things you can do in general to improve it in the long run. And we're starting right now. Chapter number 1. The brain is more of a muscle than it is just something that is fixed and inside of your body all of the time. Just your heart is. So a lot of people think that your heart can only beat a certain number of times, but if you give it some exercise, the valves and the other things become especially strong, and its lifespan and its health in result of that increases. So the brain is somewhat like that. And right now, I'm going to tell you something. If you can do 50 push-ups, then chances are you can do 10 pull-ups. But if you do yoga and expect to do 10 pull-ups, you cannot. So in that same way, something that you learn elsewhere does transfer to other places, and that is actually very evident. Switching 3 variables inside of C means you can actually do that in real life as well. Like, you can switch 2 glasses of water with a third glass put in the middle. And yes, or you can just switch 2 half glasses of water even more easily, so that's also possible. So you see how I'm taking this example and generalizing this, right? This is what they call IQ, I guess. So IQ in general is our ability to generalize old information to suit new challenges. And it can, by definition, be grown. But some people have more of it innately. Let me explain. I have a huge theory about all of this, and we've got all of this video to go over that. In chapter 2, I'm going to show you what sort of challenges will actually grow the muscle that is IQ, and unlike yoga, will enable you to do those 10 pull-ups. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a few subjects that you have to progress in, and your IQ will automatically grow with these. Or you can do other things that are similar to these as well, and it will, as a result, grow automatically. Number 1 is psychology. Psychology is the understanding of social dynamics between people and how different people think, different people's boundaries, and so on and so forth. You would think that if somebody gets this, it's just instinct, but it's something that can actually be developed a lot more than you think it can be. And second thing is math and coding. Coding, as I said to you earlier, shifting 3 variables inside C is the same thing as shifting 2 glasses of water with a third. So you get me that, right? If you learn bubble sort and all of these different sorting algorithms and hash tables and binary trees and so on, you are not only just learning new things about memory in computers, you're learning how to organize your own memory inside of your head. I've seen this work. What I say might sound bizarre, but it's actually a little bit of the truth. So take it or leave it if you want to. That was the second one. Third is actually physics. Physics is the study of simulations and how different physical quantities interact with each other. And through this, your idea of relationships between different things are going to soar sky high. And also, another thing, if you're good at physics, you're also good at coding. And if you're good at coding, you're also good at physics. I've found that to be the case in a lot of people I've met. So I'm just telling that to you. So they sort of like boost the same component. If you want to, you can really skip one over the other sometimes. So now that that's been put down, the next thing that I want to tell you is take on responsibilities. This is not just a subject. This is a whole hour's life lesson that I learned recently. So if there's any huge position that you've been avoiding or some responsibility that you've been avoiding to take, your brain actually grows from responsibility. And I have proof for this. So say when I was doing CS50, I actually mentally felt my sharpest and was able to solve tougher problems than university problems. And when I finished CS50 and college started, and then Chapter 3, Zone of Proximal Development. So, you know how people say do what you can, control what you can, and just leave what you can't out of the equation? Well, you actually have to do a little bit more than controlling what you actually can, and a little bit less than not controlling what you can't. Yeah, that hurt my brain basically. So you get the point, right? So what you've got to do is take things a little bit out of your control all of the time. And that is the only way in which you're going to learn new things. Say I'm late to class. How do I learn? Well, I look at the board, analyze the patterns in the question. Why are we putting that there, this there? What is the question? How is the question related to the answer? And voila, we have an answer. So the more questions I analyze, the more question types there are in my head. And there are more neurons in my head relating to that question and that type of question. So if there's any merger of new types of questions, I get to put together different algorithms to create a new one very fast. You get me? So it's just a lot of patterns. It's a numbers game, really. But you have to know where the numbers on your exam will come from if you want to ace them. A lot of people don't try to analyze this and end up with really bad grades. So, yeah. That is that as well. So the zone of proximal development is if you want to take up responsibility, you can't just go there and take the biggest one out there. You can't become president overnight. You have to first become minister, learn to manage the role of a minister, and then you have to do something a little more, and then a little more, and then the president. You get me, right? So that was about all of it that I had to share. And I think I was very clear about what I wanted to say, so I was able to share it all with you in a really short amount of time. I'm very grateful for that. And yeah, in the next video, I'm gonna teach you how to develop your vision, I guess. Because mine is developing right now.